In today's episode of the trail building series, I will not be working on the wall ride, unfortunately. There really isn't enough exercise in this to stay warm in this build, so what I'm going to be doing is bench cutting. So there's this wide trail here, so what I'm going to do is build a split off down there, remove this fallen tree, and I'll add a couple berms, maybe 2 different tracks. One will go in between those trees and one will go across the fallen trees. It'll be a pretty big build, so let's get started. I'm gonna cut to when I finished getting this tree out of the way because it'll be a boring time lapse. Progress report. I've cut this branch, and I'm about to get through this log, but there's quite a bit left to do. Here's how to make your blunt axe work well. Chip away at it slowly, and then when the axe stops getting purchase, come in with the bow saw, notch out a little bit, and then make that notch bigger with the blunt axe again. Just got this huge branch off. It's all delimbed. Let's see if I can drag that out of there. That thing's not going anywhere. Turns out it was going somewhere. What I basically did is I just used a smaller sapling as a sort of fulcrum and rotated the tree up the hill. The plan here is to build a bench cut that goes down the hill with a jump, maybe other trails and berms, but in this episode, due to the cold and other such factors, I'll only be working on the bench cut. I'm going to start by just clearing away all the debris like the leaves and plants. It's getting dark, so I'm going to stop for the day, and if you were wondering about the snow, it's because this was filmed in November. As of editing this, I already have a part 2 coming, and the reason I'm splitting it up is just because of the amount of time it's taken for me in between working on it. The plan here is basically a bench cut along where my finger is, and at the end of it, there's going to be a short little jump. Day 2 of the build, and the site is covered in snow. First dig with the new shovel. For those of you that have tried to build in the winter and you're wondering how it's even possible that I'm doing this with snow on the ground, it's because it's in November. This is the first snow of the year, so the ground is not frozen yet. Well, it's looking pretty good. Nice and flat. Bench cuts are one of my favorite things to build, but also by hand. They're often very labor intensive. Time for a test run. Unfortunately, this will be the last of it, possibly the last of the year. Right now, may not seem like it, but it's actually 24 degrees Fahrenheit, so very freaking cold. So this is probably the end of this build for the year. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one. If you guys are doubting it was cold, the leaves froze to the tire.